If you're looking for a fun new comedy to watch, then look no further than ABC's new hit, Home Economics. And joining us today are a few of the show's stars, Topher Grace and Karla Souza. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Oh, hey, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
All right, first, why you think now is the perfect time for this show to come out?
Karla?
Yeah, I feel like at least for us, it was great to be going to work and laughing. And I think the best present for people right now is to have a lighthearted show that will, connect you, and you'll see yourself reflected because it's family dynamics and, different situations and relationships with money. And I think that obviously was put under the magnifying glass during the pandemic, and whether you were quarantining on a yacht or quarantining in an apartment, in these like tiny apartments in New York with no green areas. I mean, the differences are pretty big. So when people would say, you're all in this together, well, we were, but with very different, in the show, the millionaire brother is with an infinity pool during his quarantine versus the sister that, not so much so. So it brings these relatively very topical subjects through the lens of humor. And I think it's going to be great for people to have that right now.
You touched on this a little bit, but what was it like filming during COVID?
Well, I think we experienced what we want the audience to experience when they watch the show, which is we were all desperate for connection and to have fun and togetherness and joy, basically. And for a lot of people, that means, being together, being with family, and we had a real family vibe on the set. And I'm sure, Karla, that we would have all bonded under normal circumstances, but don't you think?
Oh yeah.
That under the circumstances, we just got so close so quickly. It's such a amazing chemistry with that group.
Yeah, I think that, I've never been so grateful to be, in a makeup chair and, getting tested every other day. And I was just like, put it up there. I don't care. I'm so happy I'm here at work. The little nose swab thing, I couldn't care. I mean, I just was so happy. And look, I love my kids, but to be leaving my kids to go to work and to have a little bit of time without them, yes, please. It was great.
Do you have any favorite scenes from the first episode that aired last night?
I mean, look, driving those mini cars with a glass of wine in my hand and just driving down Griffith Park. Once again, I hadn't left my house for so long. So to not only be in like one of the most iconic places in LA, although in the show we're supposed to be in, the spoiler alert, in San Francisco, movie magic, but just to be going down that with these miniature cars, and to be having like the wind in your hair and just like a camera, in a tiny little car too. And it was just all the movie magic stuff, plus the fact that we were already so close to each other. We'd done all of these rehearsals via Zoom. And so to finally be with one another and be in person, that was definitely a lot of fun. But there's a lot of scenes. I don't know for you, Topher, which one was?
I think my favorite thing is falling off that treadmill and you going like, Tom, even though I really eat it off that treadmill. I mean, like, it's not safe. And it just reminded me of my wife, and it's like such a realistic depiction of how those things are.
That was Dean Holland. So this is a funny little insider, sort of piece of information, but Dean Holland, who's, an incredible director, and he did episodes 1 and 2. He's an Emmy winner and everything. He told me, and this was like almost like therapy, but he said, hey, Marina is someone who I think, shouldn't ask for permission, and is someone who, like, even though her husband like falls and hurts himself, she's just like, Tom, like, can you please just like
stop goofing around?
Stop goofing around. Whereas Karla automatically is like, oh, are you okay? Right. I'm so much more of like the empath. And so I love that he just gave me that, like, such a golden nugget. And that's why it's such a collaboration. And I was, when he falls, that fall is hilarious though, Topher. I mean, that fall.
I would say that was my favorite moment. Maybe going into the kids' playroom too. There's a lot, look, in future episodes, it's like every episode we have something that is, next week we go to a wedding and we're all out on the dance floor, and that's something I hadn't done in, a year or two,
Oh yeah.
Karla, Topher, thank you so much for talking to us today. It was really fun.
You got it.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks for having us.